let you know how I got my job at CCM. The story really begins in 2005 when Betty Jean Pruitt was the executive director. And she was going to be leaving the not the administrative board, you can tell I'm a United Methodist. The board of directors began a search. They decided that they wanted somebody that had good Boy Scout qualities. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. They wanted someone who was available, a family man, somebody who had good business skills, and someone who had a vision for where this ministry could go. The board of directors could not find anybody like that, so they hired Ed Hosak. Okay, I'm scared to look over there. Is he smiling or is he smiling? Well, that set the stage for what happened in 2009. In 2009, I was laid off from the telephone company after 33 years, along with around 400 other people when Windstream bought us out. I immediately began looking for a job. Almost a year it took me. I did not get any replies back from anyone. If I got a reply back, it was just a form letter, thanks but no thanks. So I was very pleased when my church secretary sent me an email. Notice I didn't say text or anything like that. This was an email. And she said, CCM has an open position that they're going to hire for a grant writer. I said to myself, well, I have written a grant successfully. I did one. And I think I have the skills that, for data gathering and that type of thing. So I put in an application. Ed, actually, or maybe it was Charlene, called me down for an interview, which I thought went pretty well. I had not interviewed for a job in 33 years, but I thought it went pretty good. Well, sure enough, about a week later, I got a telephone call. He said, "This is Ed Hosak. I've got some good news and some bad news." I said, well, what's the bad news? He said, well, we found somebody else that has better qualifications for a grant writer. I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to hire you. I said, well, what's the good news? He said, well, the board of directors is actually going to be voting next week about a new program at CCM. And you might be, might fit the bill for you to head up that program. I said, okay, count me in. Well, a week later, he calls me back. This is Ed Hosak. He said, I've got some good news and some bad news. I said, well, what's the good news? He said, well, the board of directors has voted to go ahead and put that program in place, and it's actually what's now known as My Father's House. I said, well, what's the bad news? He said, well, unfortunately, we found somebody that's better qualified than we to run the program. Okay, well, I thought that was it. But about a week later, I got a telephone call. It was Ed Hosak. He said, David, we really need some help in our technology. Like for you to come down for an interview. So actually I went to O'Charlie's and met with two of the board members there. And about a week later I got a telephone call. It was Ed Hosak. He said, David, I got some good news and some bad news. I I said, what's the good news? He said, well, we'd like for you to come on board as CCM, as technology coordinator. I said, that's great. Well, what's the bad news? He said, well, we don't have any money in the budget to pay you. Well, they scrounged up a little bit of money. He said, David, we're just going to use our IT budget. We're going to be able to pay you for 4 hours a day for 3 months. We've got 3 major projects that we want you to do in those 3 months. Now, I didn't tell him, but once he told me what those projects were, each one of them by themselves would take a year. But I said, okay, take the job. And that's how it started. And I do appreciate the time that I spent here. But it's not about me today, it's about you guys. If I've said it one time, I've said it 100 times. We couldn't open the doors of the ministry without you. Thank you very much.